Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Hope you are doing great. Today we are going to talk about continents of the world. Let's first talk about Pangea. Students, do you know that our Earth does not always comprise of 7 continents? It is considered that 175 million years ago, all 7 continents were connected in form of one supercontinent called Pangea. And this supercontinent used to look like this. Here we were having Eurasia. The continent Europe and Asia were combinedly known as Eurasia. Here we have North America, South America, Africa, Antarctica, Australia, and this particular piece of land was called India. They gradually begin to break into 7 different pieces, and they drifted to the position in which we find them in present. Let us first talk that what do we mean by continents? Continents are large land masses found on the earth. We have 7 continents on earth. Continent Asia, the largest one. Then we have second largest continent, that is Africa. We have Europe over here. Then we have North America, then South America and Australia. Here we have continent Antarctica. Each continent is very unique in terms of land masses, in terms of plants and animals they have, in terms of culture, in terms of weather they have. So let us talk about all of the continents one by one. First continent is Asia. Asia is the world's largest continent in terms of size and population. Asia is basically divided into 6 regions as shown in this map. Asia has 53 countries including Russia and Turkey, which lie both in Europe and Asia. Here we have the highest peak in the world, Mount Everest. The longest river in Asia is Yangtze, which flows in China. Gobi Desert is the largest desert in continent Asia. China, Japan, and India are the most economically developed countries in Asia, although 60% of the world's poorest people live in Asia. Mandarin is the widely spoken language in Asia. Arabic is the second major language. English is internationally popular language in Asia. Different religions are practiced in Asia, such as Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism, and Zoroastrianism, etc. Second continent is the continent Europe. Continent Europe is the third most populated continent. It is the second smallest continent by area. In continent Europe, the largest country is Russia, and the smallest country we have somewhere over here on the map, that is Vatican City. Europe has 50 countries and several territories. It is the most economically developed continent. European Union is the biggest economic and political union in the world. German is the most widely spoken language in this continent. Italian, English, and Spanish are also very popular. Main religions in continent Europe are Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. Continent Europe is surrounded by several bodies of water. Here we have Atlantic Ocean, Mediterranean Sea, the Black Sea, to name a few. Next continent that we have is continent of Africa. Africa is the second largest continent in the world, both in terms of population and area. Africa is surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, and Mediterranean Sea. Here we can see the Suez Canal over here. Africa is the hottest continent in the world as the line of equator passes through its center. The world's largest desert, Sahara Desert, is found in continent Africa. The world's longest river, Nile, is also in Africa. This is the continent of Africa, having 54 countries, and Swahili is the most widely spoken African language. Next continent we have is the continent of Australia. It is known as island continent because of its size and isolated location. The sixth largest country, Australia, is also in this continent. Here we have island regions of Indonesia, Tasmania, and New Guinea. Australia is the land of many unique animals like kangaroos, wallaby, koala, and wombat. English is the dominant language in Australia. Australia is the 12th largest economy in the world. This continent is continent of North America. It is the third largest continent. This continent is surrounded by Pacific Ocean, Arctic Ocean, and Atlantic Ocean. United States, Mexico, Canada, Greenland are the important countries of this continent, whereas United States is the richest country. Next continent we have is continent of South America. The equator passes through this continent as well, and here this continent is surrounded by Atlantic Ocean and Pacific Ocean. Brazil is the largest country of the continent both in terms of area and population. This continent is the home of world's largest river, Amazon, largest rainforest, Amazon forest. Next continent we have is continent of Antarctica. This continent is also known as frozen continent. This is the fifth largest continent in terms of size. It has few native plants and animals. This continent is the home of beautiful birds, penguins, and whales are also found over here. Antarctica has the windiest and coldest climate. People over here used to make igloos to keep them warm. So this is all about the 7 continents of the world. I hope you have got it well. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. Allah Hafiz.